Hello, I am Caitlin. Callie is currently at home right now with my sister, my mom, and my brother because my dad had to take me to a doctor's appointment today. And she can't come sadly yet. But so I figured I'd do a quick update on how my doctor's appointment went today. So I wasn't going to my ear, nose, and throat doctor because I couldn't get in yet, and we wanted to see, there's multiple problems that I'm having currently, so we wanted to see the pediatrician because we were already in the hospital in case they wanted to do anything else. So I have been diagnosed with vertigo. Thankfully, it's not a chronic illness. I don't think so. Wait, I'm not sure. I don't think so really. It goes away, but I have medicine that was prescribed to me. My dad's going into Walmart to pick that up for me. And so that's an as-needed thing. It's mostly, I think, for when my dizziness is overwhelming and it won't go away. So the doctor also gave me some exercises to do. So it's I sit up like this, and I completely lean back, and then I have to have my head not on anything, and then I lean over, tilt my head. And so it's everything, my body has to be on something, like a chair or something, and then my head has to be off. And so he wants me to try to do that when I can. So I will try that, but he said if I'm still not feeling better in come 2 weeks, that he would like to see me, and then he might send me to my ear, nose, and throat doctor once more, because she might be able to tell me some more. So we also talked a little bit about how I've been dealing with headaches for the past 2 weeks, and they hurt, but we're not sure whether or not it's the weather right now because it's all cloudy out right now. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see it? I don't know if you can, but it's overcast right now. I love the rain and all that, but what I don't love is the weather that comes with it. I like the temperature, but not the air pressure. There we go. Because with my family, we always get headaches whenever there's a storm coming. We always know when there's a storm coming because of the pressure changes. And there is going to be a big storm coming in soon, so where I live. So we are dealing with headaches. And my whole family on my dad's side deals with chronic migraines. Well, almost everyone. My sister, brother, and my father all have chronic migraines. I'm the only one out of my siblings that hasn't had migraines, because my brother and sister got them when they were 13 and still have them. They're both on medicine for it, as I recall. Well, my sister is. But we thought I kind of escaped it almost, and I don't know at this point if it's a migraine. The doctor said it could be, but we're going to see if it's from my dizziness. He said that it should, the dizzy medicine will also kind of help if the headache is from that, because apparently my eyes are also very dilated, and so we think it might be from one of my medicines that I've recently gone on from my ear, nose, and throat doctor. So I'm gonna look into that with my dad. We're gonna mention it probably to one of my doctors, but he said it's not a dangerous thing, but I should see my eye doctor just soon just to make sure everything's going okay. It's not urgent, so I have to see my doctor soon. But my problem is I'm very light sensitive right now, so it's I need pitch black glasses. These are not nearly dark enough, but these are all I can have right now because I can't have regular glasses that are on the bridge of my nose. They have to be off of it, and so I have to try to find darker sunglasses because it just hurts to be out in the world. That's why my sister kind of thought it might have been a migraine, but we're gonna see. So I got my dad's getting the medicine for me. We also are getting, my doctor is switching me onto a different inhaler than what I was on. Originally, I'll show you what I got. Originally I'm on this in albuterol. And this is my albuterol. And usually I will, the first time I was ever on an inhaler, it was a blue one. I can't remember the name for it right now, but I remember it was a light blue with dark blue. And I remember because I had been supposed to do this breathing test when I was getting allergy tested 2 years ago, and I had like the pricks in my arms, but they wanted to see if I was breathing weird or anything like that. So they took me back, and usually you're supposed to be able to like take a deep breath in and then blow out up to 10. I got to 3, and so I had to do 3 or 4 puffs of. I had to do like 3 or 4 puffs of that inhaler, and the woman let me keep the inhaler because said she couldn't use it for anyone else after that. And so that's how I got my inhaler. And before that, I would use like my parents' or my sister's inhaler when I would have, because my doctor said it was okay when I had pneumonia a few years ago. And so that inhaler never made me shaky. I could do like 1 puff and I would be okay. So I'm gonna go back to that inhaler if our insurance covers it, which I think it does because I had it before. But I'm going back to that inhaler if I can. I think so anyway, because this one, it's not helping me. It doesn't open my lungs enough, and I'm still having my asthma attacks. It's like my chest is still really tight. As of right now, it's very hard for me to get enough air. Like, it's just very difficult for me to breathe right now. So my doctor prescribed, like, first I have to check with my mom on what name that inhaler was, because we can't find exactly what it is, because they hadn't put it in my chart yet, because I didn't have the same medical things here at this place I go to, my doctor, and so we have to check at home what it's written. So we're gonna call back, like, I think Monday, because they're closed now, and so we're gonna call back, and hopefully, like, the doctor said he can prescribe it over once we call him back with the name. But I had originally, when I got that blue inhaler a couple of years ago, I had gone this thing called a chamber, and it's this plastic thing that you hook onto your inhaler, and it helps get all of the medicine into you because it comes out really fast without it. And so I kind of have like the hookup to it, but I don't have the chamber because I lost mine because I was like originally going to go to school, so I put it somewhere where I think for my school stuff, and then I can't remember where I put it. So I lost it. And so he prescribed one for me, so my dad's also going to pick that up for me, because in the meantime, I can hook that up to my red inhaler, my albuterol, and we can see if that makes it better. But the doctor said either way I'll get the blue inhaler because it makes me feel better. And we can see if I sense the difference, like if I can tell. So that part's good. I'm glad that I finally got some answers. There's still some questions like, why are my eyes dilating? Why do I keep having these headaches? Today, thankfully, I'm not having that bad of a headache because my dad taught me all these different techniques, like pressure points, because he learned them when he was in the army from, I think, a chiropractor, because he would get really bad migraines there while he was in there, and so they taught him different things to make it so it lessened. And so he showed my sister and I them yesterday, and there's actually a point, I can't find it right now, but it's like over here, there's a point as well as over here. And so he does really well with like getting our heads to stop hurting. And we also have this thing from Walmart called Stop Pain, and it's kind of like a vapor rub, and it's in a like tube with a ball, and you roll it on your forehead or anywhere that hurts. Just don't put it in your eyes or sensitive areas. I hope you get what I mean. And don't put it on open wounds. And it works really well. It's really weird. It's better than Icy Hot, actually. It's not expensive. So he had me do that the other night, and that helped my headache. So I'm hoping that I will be able to, like, I'm hoping that it's not migraines, but if it is, he said that he'll give me medicine for my headaches. So we're gonna see how it goes. But so, let's see. I think the dude in front of me thinks that I'm videotaping him. He just parked his car, and I have my phone up on the dashboard of our car. My parents' car, and I think he thinks that I'm currently videotaping him because he keeps looking at me funny. But so, we went to PetSmart, my father and I, after my appointment today, because I had to get Callie's puppy food, and we also needed to get a dog food container. Because right now, we're using like a free Purina. Like, a while ago they did this thing where with Purina, we used to get Purina dog food, but now we don't because it wasn't selling with our dogs. We've tried different dog foods with Emily and Cole, But we have a dog food thing that we use for biscuits. And when we got Callie, we didn't have another dog food in here because we had to use it for something else. And so that's like outside for stuff outside because we didn't think we would have another dog, let alone a different dog food for it. So we had to get another one. But thankfully we were able to find the same container. And it's one of the white ones that has like what I describe as what looks like a vault or a safe like twist thing. And so we got one of those. It's huge, but it works very well. Excuse me. And so we're going to use that. It's too cold. Sorry. It's too cold in here right now. We're going to put Callie's dog food in that. And I'm very excited about that though, because now we're gonna have our container for our dog biscuits back. And while we were there, they have like 99-cent tennis balls that I get for Callie's training. Excuse me. I'm getting a little bit of reflux. It's not very comfortable. Thanks, Crohn's in my stomach. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm on 3 hours of sleep right now, so I'm tired. I meant to mention that to my doctor, but I forgot. I got my flu shot. Boom, boom. Why did I plunge it? Like, tap it. I tap it hard. Why do I do this? I don't like that. Anyway, I asked for it. I literally was like, I asked if there was any shots I needed. My dad didn't even have to ask. He was like, do you want it? And I was like, sure. And my doctor said that I just needed a flu shot. I was like, can I get that today? And he was like, sure. He said, you're probably one of the first kids that I know that I've actually asked for a shot. And I'm like, it's not like as painful as the tetanus or anything like that. And it doesn't even hurt as much as getting my blood sugar tested when I have to stay in the hospital. And it doesn't even hurt as much as when Callie nibbles on me when she's teething. So it's like, it was fine. It's mostly just like the flinching. It's just my muscles kind of spasmed. That's the most uncomfortableness. I think that's uncomfortable. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track. We went to PetSmart and they have Halloween costumes out right now. And I've been wanting to get Callie a Halloween costume because of the fact that she is I've never had the dog as small as her. I've never had a dog that small. And when I was little, I always wanted to do it, but my parents never really let me differently. I can't remember why exactly, but I was also a little kid, so I think they didn't want to torture my dogs, with dressing them up in everything. And also, our dogs did not like being in clothes. Emily would have to wear a pair of underwear when she would go into heat. But it's really funny though, because my dad found they had first a Spider-Man costume, and I wanted to get that for her, but it didn't have muscles in it, and my dog needs to have the big muscles, or as I like to say, muscles. But my dad found a devil costume. It's a little devil costume. And so I got that in her size. I almost got the size too small for her, but I got the right size, and I'm super happy about that. And so got that, and now she has a devil costume. I will show it to you guys at some point. But right now I'm in the car, and Callie's not with me, so dang. The next thing I would like to show you guys, well, I didn't show you guys anything. The next thing I'd like to tell you guys is I went to, we had to go to Petco to get these calming treats. They're called calming aids, and they're really good. They're the only thing that we found actually calms my dogs, Emily and Cole. I can't get to the bag right now, but they really work, and they have melatonin in them. Melatonin? I can't pronounce. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But we got those because they work so well, and our dogs, Emily and Cole, because of their size, they can have up to 4 of them a day. So we were giving them the calming things when we were introducing them to Callie, just so that way they didn't think she was like a toy or anything, 'cause she was really tiny. And so they work well. Even Callie could have some, like she could have one, I think. And they have ones made specifically for puppies, and they work the best thing. They're like the best thing ever that we've noticed, and they were cheaper at Petco than our local pet store. So we went there for that, but then also we went to we want to get a new retractable leash because I have like a regular fabric one, and right now Callie can't be off the leash yet because she's still working on coming back to me when I call her, like outside. She does it inside, but we're working with her on outside because she still needs some training for that part. But my dad wants her to have a little bit more freedom, but she can't be off the leash yet. And also, one thing, she's also still really young and little, and we don't want her to run off and get scared or anything like that. We don't want her to be put in an uncomfortable situation, so she's not ready just yet. But we were looking at the retractable leashes, and there was a really nice one, but we're gonna see if we can get cheaper on Amazon, because Amazon's wonderful, and also I just like Amazon. And also it was very expensive at the store for the one we liked, so we're gonna see if it wasn't terribly expensive, but we want to see if we can get cheaper on Amazon because it's just easier. But then also my mom had told me and my dad that when we went to Petco to get another dog tag for Callie, because we want to have one on her harness and then also one on her collar, so that way whichever one she's wearing, she'll have it. And our last name is on the one that we're going to put on her harness, and then her first name's on the one for her collar. And so I'm going to show you this one. It's Jack Skellington! Whoa! Jack Skellington. This is Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. It's our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween. Yeah, in case you can't tell, I'm very excited about this. I was going to get just a skull, and my dad pointed out that they had Jack Skellington, which is, in a way, almost a skull. Sort of. Kind of. Because like a skeleton type creature, type thing. But I absolutely love it. My dad pointed out to me, and I literally was like, well, that's one I'm getting. And so I got that, and on the back I got to choose fonts. On the back it says Callie. Can't really see it. It says Callie, and it's like and I love this because it calls it a cassette, and you put the dog tag in like that into the machine, and honestly I just really liked it, and it's by Fido. The machine is called Fido, and I'm gonna try to open this. I opened it once before to show my dad, but I want to try to open it again. Oop. You saw nothing. So I might have just popped the dog tag out of the thing. There we go. Alright, so this is it. And it opens like a little, like, Rubbermaid type thing. And this is very nice because if I have to take it out at some point, I have the packaging. And I like this very much. And it's like Rubbermaid, and I think it's very nice packaging. And hold on. Move my ice cream off my lap for a minute. Hold on. Okay, so I dropped the keyring. That's important. But then I went to pick that up, and guess what? It popped out of the container and fell. That's right, the dog tag. There's Callie. And they had some different fonts. I like this. I also have one, like the one that has our last name and our phone number and stuff like that for Callie's harness. Excuse me. We got that one from PetSmart, and it was really cool because it has lasers that engraved it. It's really cool, but this one, it did like a regular, I guess like chisel type thing. I liked this one better because it actually I liked the fonts better on this one than it did on the other. And so yeah. Now, if somebody finds Callie, they're going to be like, is her name Callie or Caltane? And I'll be like, both. So, we're going to put this back in there until I get home. And so it just pops right back into its little slot. Oh, I should show you the slot. And so it's just like a low pressure thing. And it fits to the tag. They had lots of choices. They had so many more choices than what PetSmart had. And though I definitely probably, if I want more of a plain tag, I would get it from PetSmart. This place had like skulls, they had flowers, they had smiley faces, they had different emojis. They had all kinds of stuff. And so I definitely recommend going to Petco for one of these. You don't have to get the specific one, but they got so many different ones that I definitely recommend going there because they're also cheaper for some of them. There's different prices for each of them. But I feel like it's a better bargain to get them there than it is at PetSmart because you get more of a customizable one and you can have up to 5 lines. I only got 2 because I just got her name on the back. I just had her name and then our phone number. That's all I did. Now, what I really want to do though is I want to get her another dog tag that says his holy shot. Okay. And it says, holy shot, I'm lost. Please call my mom. She's probably ugly sobbing right now. Like, really ugly. And meanwhile, I'm here like, please, I want that. I want that for Callie because it would be so true if she ever got lost. I would be sobbing. She's my baby. So, yeah. I'm very happy, though, that I have some answers on my doctor's appointment. That is good. And then plus, guess what makes everything better? My mom had an eye surgery, and then she found out she had to have another one because it was more a serious thing than what we thought. And so, she's recovering from that right now. It's going to be probably multiple weeks until this. It's going to be a little while before she can see out of her eye again. But my dad's home for a while to help with that, so that's good. He took off work a bit, so he's working from home now. And to make my mom feel better today, because we had to go, like, around us, the closest Dairy Queen is about a half hour, 40 minutes or so, and it's like across a bridge. It's like, it's about 20 minutes, 30 minutes from where my appointment was. But my dad and I were running errands because my sister's birthday is coming up. We were running some errands. Doesn't have to do with that exactly. We were looking for something, but we couldn't find it there, so we're gonna look somewhere else. But we were running some errands in the area, and so we were like, do you want Dairy Queen? And my mom was like, yes, please. So, she gets a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Blizzard! And my sister and I always get the Butterfinger, but look at them. They're gorgeous. The woman next to me in her car is looking at me funny because I'm doing this. But they're gorgeous, aren't they? Yes. And currently, we've been doing errands for the past half hour, I think. Because we were in heavy traffic on the bridge because they were doing bridge back to my town because they were doing road work on the bridge. And so we were kind of sitting in traffic for a while. And so I'm shocked. They're melted a bit, but not nearly as melted as they would be if they weren't blizzards. So I love blizzards. And so, oh, it is melted. But look how cute. And it's a good size. It's a small, and it's a very good size in my opinion. How melted is this? Let's see. Actually, not that melted. I'm not showing it to you guys because I don't want it to drip everywhere. But as soon as I get home, it's going in the freezer. And it will freeze. So I don't lose my precious blizzards. This turned out to be longer than I thought it would be. But it's fun. And so yeah, I got that stuff. Very happy about that. Then we wandered into the container store. Don't judge us. I'm putting together a first aid kit for me in my backpack that I keep Callie's stuff in, because I'm gonna get her one that's like full of stuff that she could use, but I need a different first aid kit. So I'm putting together one, and I need little like tubes almost to put my medicines in. And so I'm just putting Tylenol and Benadryl in, because those are the two medicines I can take, really, like if there's a problem. And so we found these two little tube things I need, plus some other stuff. You can't go into the container store and only get one thing. I ended up with quite a few things. But in my defense, my dad did too, and he was saying it was okay, so. Yeah. But I'm very happy with how things are going, and Callie can now tug my door open when I'm lying on my bed. If I tell her to tug and I like point over that way, over towards my door, and I say tug, she will go and tug it open for me. The only problem that I'm working with her now, like it's not really a big problem, but the only thing I have to work with her is she doesn't want to let go. She tugs it open, but then she doesn't really want to let go because it's fun for her. So I gotta work with her on that, but other than that, she's doing really well with that, and I'm very happy because I'm also teaching her like if I'm lying down like curled in on myself like I am when I'm in pain. I did that the other day, and it was kind of like prepping, and so I told her to tug, and then when she did that, the doors open and I had her bark, and so that got my parents' attention, and I told them what I was going to do, so they knew. But it's very good because if I'm having a problem one night, if they're aware of it, they will listen and they will hear Callie barking, and then if they can't hear her because the door's closed, she can go over, open it, and then bark. And so I'm very happy with that. And so she's a very happy pup right now. She's so happy. I made her a new collar, and it's a paracord neon pink collar. It's looser than a regular, like the collar I take with her. I have two different collars. Well, I have three. One from when she was a really little puppy, but she's outgrown that, I think. But one of them I take with she wears when I'm taking her out with me, like into the world. The other, it's a paracord one that's bright pink, and it's mostly for when we're at home because she's pitch black, so we can't see her in the dark. So this way we can see her, and it works very well, but she'll be able to grow into it, and she can wear it out. But this just works better for now. Alright,